Testing. There we go. Testing. Yes, you can wave at yourself in the reflection off the fish tank through the other camera.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's not what I wanted.
There we go.
Hey, thank you, John Marcus. Ooh, must be right on the cusp of a...
Song time.
well, not song time. Right on the cusp of the hype train. Whoa. Why did it make me big and you little now? There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think I like that better. I wonder if I can capture that. Well, I'm going to try something new here.
Sure, go for it.
Oh. See if I can capture this in a different way. I normally capture it through... oh, and we're supposed to start in a couple minutes. I normally capture it through just putting it on the monitor and capturing the whole monitor. Try this instead. No, not that. Why would I ever want to capture that?
Have it up in the corner.
Why would I ever want to capture that? That's who I have up here.
Oh. Capture OBS itself.
Yeah, so this of course will briefly show the hey, it worked.
Technology.
I could probably do... Now let's see if I can get the game. Specials, display. Now all I gotta do is get that up there. Haha. This is never gonna work, is it? Alright, I should probably scrap that idea. Since we're supposed to be live in 1 minute, I'll just shrink us back down. All right, let's see. Close that out. Okay, now I think we're ready and right on time. Oh, now it's the hype train. I wonder if I have stuff covered up. I'm not seeing things fly up on screen. Why is stuff not flying up on screen? Like, is people donating stuff?
Do you have your alerts installed?
I sure thought I did. I mean, it's making the noise every time somebody does it. That's what I was trying to see if, like, maybe... event list. I bet that's it. That's got to go up higher. I bet that needs to go up to the top. There we go. That's one thing. And then this other thing.
There you go.
There we go. And now I just got to get that above. Let's see. That should come down like here. There we go. Professionals. Been doing this for what, like 5 years? Still messing it up. I have a little bit of an excuse this time, at least, in that my computer died and I lost like all my settings. So I'm trying new stuff. Now I just realized I'm going to be super conscious today. I like my lips. I got a thing over it. After the last stream, Devil Cult was saying, "Did you have a seizure? Was there something wrong? You look like you were talking out of one side of your mouth." And I realized I kind of always talk a little more out of one side of my mouth than the other. I'm not sure why. But then I think when I turn it this way, it makes it look even more like I talk.
Oh, yeah.
So just imagine when I'm talking to you. It works. It's but if I turn this way, it looks like I'm talking out of the side of my mouth. Devil Cult, do not worry. I'm okay. Yeah, I had no idea what those things were, and I had a friend who actually had one. It's called Bell's palsy, and it lasts for, I don't know how long, but like 3 months, 6 months or something like that, but it's basically half your face tenses up. It's really weird. But you have to, like, he had to do physical therapy and stuff like that. But I guess also, who's the celebrity? Angelina Jolie had one. I think she raised awareness for it being a bigger thing.
Oh, really?
Yep. But, anyways, we are here today. Oh, I was going to do a cooler place than where I am right now. What's a cooler place to go, people? I've had Bell's palsy. Yeah, I forget what the number was, but it's like not like an insanely rare thing. It's like 2% of people or something like that have a Bell's palsy in their life. Yeah, and it like straightens up your face, and you have to like do all this physical therapy. Well, Submarine Mike obviously knows, but not fun at all. Oh, and they're up to almost level 3 hype train there. That's good. For those who are new to the stream, we do prizes at the end of the stream, and we do an extra round of prizes for every level of hype train that we hit. Today's stream, we didn't plan ahead for anything. Kind of crazy weeks in time for lots of stuff, and behind on lots of stuff, unfortunately. I talked some about that during the stream, but we were just going to do some Q&A, show off some stuff, probably show off a few player cities out there while we talk to you guys about some various bugs. All right, level 3 completed. Let's see if I'm going to go for level 4 today. I regret to inform you that I also do this thing where if you give me 1337 bits, I will sing a song to torture you guys. I am not a good singer. I do it with emotion. The emotion is pain and suffering and sadness on your part, but it is emotion. But I'll save that till the end of the stream and sing you guys out. Should be, yeah, they're saying I should raise my price. Well, I did 1337 at first because that's like old leet speak for all the old school hackers. But anyways, we should probably get started with introducing ourselves. Hello, I am Chris Spears, also known as Atos in Game, also known by a ton of different names, including Chompy or Chompers. Lots of stuff that I keep as secondary characters I go around and snoop on you guys with. I've got too many friends on Atos to really use them as a good spy bot. You guys can't see me if I go invisible, but I've never added a way to make it so I can set when I'm logging in if I'm in GM Ghost mode, and so it's real convincing if somebody's trying to spy on me, because you'll see Atos logged in, Atos logged out. Nah, he's probably around somewhere. So I just keep a couple extra characters in accounts that I use for spying. And this isn't like nasty spying. That's usually like when I go to watch like Superstition Canyon. Well, it looks like this one group is doing way better than I would expect them to do. Let me go see what they're doing to make that happen. And I'll get on. So when I talk about spying, it's that type of spying. Today I have with me, this is easy. Normally I have to figure out like camera left, camera right, screen left, screen right, is it flipped or not? But now I can just do, today I have with me this guy.
Hey. Steve Ryan, also known as Ravalox or Zolivar, if I'm running on my GM account. And I mess around with maps and bugs and lots of bugs and bugs, stuff like that.
Looks like I'll be singing 2 songs today. I'll have to start one a little bit before and a little bit after. They said maps. Are they? I didn't hear what you actually said you do. Did you say you do maps? Did you mention that part?
Yeah, maps. The maps for the game, and then some world building, things like that.
Oh, they say your audio needs to go up. That's me. If he's having audio problems, that's on my end. Here, do a test now.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll test
There we go.
something.
There you go. Okay, I just didn't want to turn it up too much. All right. Well, we're here today to talk about Shroud of the Avatar, an amazing role-playing game, online community, and all sorts of things. We have an interesting past, which I won't go into, but a pretty amazing group of people put it together. And actually, I was going to talk about this stuff. This release coming up is supposed to be one of our talk releases. Oh man, they're about to hit level 4. We got some friendly folks out there today. This is supposed to be our talk release. 95% chance we will be pushing the map. We will push it live, but push it live for testing, but not push it live for this release. So our talk is not going to have probably the biggest element of the talk. There's too many things we want to polish on it, too many things, boss fights we want to make sure present well initially, and looks like they just got level 4. Congratulations. Looks like I'm going to be rolling a lot of prizes. Anyways, I think it's for the best that we push it back. There's going to be plenty of other new stuff. There'll be some crafting stuff. The biggest crafting stuff went out the last 2 releases. That's one of those things we have tons and tons of feedback. I think the initial shock of it all is over now, and people are actually diving in, and we're working on some of the tweaking and tuning for that stuff. But that is, I think as people saw, last release was the big changes, possibly tuning down a few things, tuning up a few other things, giving you guys a lot more options for sure of all the gear. But again, I think from here on out, I think we're getting pretty close to a point where we can call things balanced. There's no major skill smackdowns coming up in the next release. I think we're actually getting pretty close. There's 1 or 2 scenes that'll get a little bit of a imbalance. It'll be balanced in the form of a hold on, getting things where I can read it. In the form of making the creatures behave better. That can actually make the scene tougher. So sorry, but yeah, there's some creatures that just do not behave, do not fight as they should. So we'll be improving some of those guys. But other than that, not too many different things. I can tell you because I was worried, we did miss a talk. I actually have a couple people coming on to help us. One, we've got a little art intern who's going to be helping us. I don't know why I say art intern is little. We have an art intern, neither little nor big. And also, one and only is back helping us again. And he is going to be working on horse features. We'll see what things can actually make it. But there's a couple of horse bugs that have been lingering for a while that he's going to be working on. And when I say horse, I really mean mounts. But he's going to be working on some mount stuff. And also, I gave him the one directive of please make horses jump. So hopefully that will happen. I'm not sure if that's going to happen before this release, but that is actually something that is in the works. And hold on. Oh, my chat is visible in game. People are messaging me in chat. It's all right. Or I'll put it in the upper corner and hide it under us. I don't think anybody's whispering me anything. You guys can just read all the people saying summer fun has begun from all the people who are trolling global chat with that. If you're new here, to enter into the prize contest, hold on, I'm trying to size this to match that window. To enter in the prize contest, you can enter in how many different ways? You're horrible.
2 ways.
2 ways. There are two ways.
You could say it in game, and or you could say it. You could do it by making a purchase on the store, right? That's on the website.
Yeah,
store.
that's on the website store. But all you have to do is download the game, install it, log in with any character, and then you say that in game. And of course, we're free to install and whatever, totally free. For you to actually enter into the game. And I think you only get 1 entry into it, no matter whether you do store or the other things. You're not getting extra stuff if you buy stuff. But I strongly believe in karma and helping us out. Surely good karma will come your way. But anyways, no binary code has been written to introduce karma into that, even though we probably should. Let's see. So my bot, I'm still behind. I still have not got the bot up for the chat bot stuff. I have it stuff going, but I do not have, I think my Python is the wrong version. I've got to get the correct version of Python installed before that'll work, is what I found out at the last minute. Next week, I will have it ready. I will have it all working so I can take questions. And for those who don't know, that is, I wrote a bot that takes questions from you guys, so we have a list of stuff coming up. Let's see. So I didn't. Oh, I see someone saying tiger and lion mounts. We've talked about other type of mounts. The ones we have animations for are going to be the easiest ones. So creatures that we have in game will be the easier ones. So you should expect stuff like wolves and things like that we already have that make sense. All right. It looks like the hype train ended with 4, so we'll be doing 6 rounds of prizes today. My apologies to Laney, our CS person who sends them out. Oh, I do have an important update. That reminds me. And congratulations to all you guys. And you guys should all be thanking those guys who put up the bits for them. Because not only does it help us and help the development of the project, it also helps us get some more prizes for you guys. The big update is well, actually, you would know, Ravalox. How many boxes are now on the list? How many people are confirmed on the list?
Geez, we are about 60 people confirmed on the list. I have about a dozen left.
Okay.
That need to answer my emails. We're sending out the emails, and of course, everybody should be whitelisting support at portalarium.com, even for other stuff. So that way, if we ever send you an email or need to respond back to you, that you get the reply. I have a feeling that these people might not be getting our replies. They might be going into their spam bin. I've even tried to reach out to a few of them via forums, and even going to try in-game mail for those who are still active. But we are very close to getting everything wrapped up, and our target is to have everybody in queue by June 30th. We'll lock that down, and then by July 30th, we'll have everything shipped out.
Yeah, and I actually just took a wheelbarrow full of boxes to Felicia, our shipper, who lives in our neighborhood. Our kids are friends is how we know each other. But I will point out before anybody jumps in and says, you're just now shipping, we shipped all the boxes long ago. We actually paid a company to ship them long ago. Yep. We have actually shipped out significantly more boxes than we sold. So, again, we did a little bit on the honor system, but we're trying to be a little cautious right now because we're trying to make sure we have enough of everything to ship out. We're just trying to cover people who said they did not get boxes for one reason or another, and hopefully we can verify, why they didn't get a box.
We do have some records and stuff, so everybody who comes in and asks about it, I go through a process that verifies their pledge level and whether or not boxes have been sent out. We have one person, I think we just sent out a box again, that does, and we just documented that it was actually returned back to us 2 times. So this is our 3rd time trying to get the box out to them. Address formatting problems, I guess, in other countries. But we got that. There's one that's going out to Japan, and that address finally is sorted out. So I'm watching that. And I am sending emails out to everybody as their boxes go out with tracking number confirmations as well, so that way they can watch their box come across the world to them.
And I wonder if Alphane is out there. That I was just reminded of that because of the talking about shipping to Japan. That he's also in Asia. But I was wondering, we'll see if he speaks up. But I'm curious if he got the Scorpion, if he got the Chaos Medal, because that it is weird when you ship it off to some of these places. A lot of times it'll say like Germany or whatever, and it just has like an address that looks fairly normal. There's sometimes you ship these things off and it has an address that, like, it says to Kentucky, care of some big long number, and it just magically goes to the right places. He was one of those where it was to Kentucky or something like that, and apparently from Kentucky they have some handoff. I'm sure somebody out there knows. But anyway, enough talk about that stuff. Let's take some questions. I want to hear some people. I see someone saying any gameplay, please. I'm trying to, if you want to give some details of what type gameplay are you asking, if you want any new gameplay coming for this next release. Or is there any new gameplay questions? I'm not sure what you're actually asking there. But last release you guys asked about, I don't know, maybe 10 questions on gameplay stuff. Some were bug fixes, some were balance issues, some were, A and B or feel like they should be equivalent, and they are not. And I actually went through, if you followed my Twitter stream, I went through and fixed most of those. Too much talking, Tuber Champy. Tuber Champy's not been here, but let's get to a better scene so we have a better backdrop here. Do we have one? I can go to, let's see. We were just discussing, I'll go here until we get a town, a pot for somebody to go to. Let's see, what's changed in the last couple of years? Hey, Rufus, you're here. Rufus, lots of stuff has changed. A lot of the skills have changed. A lot of the game balance has changed. There's more skills that have come online. There are mounts. There are new scenes. There's an entire new continent. There's been a ton of work to improve tons of aspects of the game. A lot of new UI stuff is coming online right now. We actually have a full-time UI programmer who you can yell at, who's in chat right now. Now that's one of those places, if you're new to the game or if you're old to the game, we have a huge deficit in terms of UI quality and UI features, and we've been slowly chipping away at those things, but he's actually been getting pretty quick here. So let's see, and this is also why I usually have my question stuff up so I can see things. Let's see, Crossfire Bugs was asking, with all the new stuff on the Kodo store, can we get the daily sale expanded from 9 to 12? We were talking about doing from 9 to 18. That may be when I can get Wizard Smoke to sneak in. He's always reluctant to change stuff on the store. It takes a lot of testing to get things in there. But yeah, rather than doing from 9 to 12, instead of having one page, have 2 pages come up on that thing. But yeah, that's one of those. I'll go ahead and put that down as an official item to talk about at our next team meeting. 1 second.
While you're doing that, there's a question there about they participated in crowdfunding so long ago. How do they know if they're supposed to get a box or not? Well, the easiest way is actually just send an email into support at portalarian.com, and just provide us your account name, your user ID number, which could be seen on the website when you log in. Click on account, and then there's a box at the top that has your name and the date you joined, things like that. So there's like a serial number for your account there, plus your account name, the name that you used to log into the website. That will give me enough information to go check and see what you got. I don't think we even have any references to the pledges anymore on the website. it's so long ago that that's all been archived. So go ahead and send that into me. You could also PM me on the forums if you like, and I can check for you pretty quickly.
All right, until I have a pot that somebody wants me to go and snoop their pot, I will just hang out over here for now. Let's see. Oh, and I'm not sure what Kino means. But anyways, I was in Blood Bay because I was showing off the intern artist, trying to show them some stuff, trying to get their head wrapped around styles and what things they're going to be working on. They're going to be working on a new scene, almost certainly a new dungeon scene that we'll see where it lives. We're going to have a meeting, or I'm going to meet with her on, a second female on the team, third on the team. But we're going to meet on next week to talk over what their map is. I gave them until Wednesday, and we're going to meet on Wednesday to talk. And my pause there, my slow thinking was trying to think how to walk back saying female. I always get yelled at if I say like that. Makes it, I guess it sounds sexist or bad or something like that.
It doesn't
We have
matter
a second,
what they are.
third woman on the team.
They're a developer. That's it.
Go PK.
You got your chiding. There you go. Move on.
All right. This one does not even have a deck built. I guess I could do that. If you guys really want to see some stuff, if you really want to see some good deck building, I'm sure there'll be somebody who is an expert at that type of stuff that I will be rating right after this. Really, I'm not a great streamer. I know, shocking to hear me say that. I'm really here more to answer tech questions, talk about bugs, talk about design choices and those type things, and going through and adding some things as I get your feedback for stuff, and to give away prizes, of course, which is the real reason most people are here on the stream. But I guess I can fly around here. It sounds like we have a few people who don't know anything about the game. This is, of course, dev stuff. This scene is a PvP scene, PvP focus scene, but it's also a player housing scene. There's a couple of entrances to other scenes through here. There's always supposed to have been, we will see if we can get around to it, but my pitch was always that there's a scene entrance that actually is in the volcano. Oh, giant alligator. We do, if you're someone who's new to the game, again, taming's a big thing in game. These are actually tameable crocodiles. There's a lot of players who are very focused on taming stuff and pets. As a dev, I will point out, this is why I hate crocodiles. You just saw why I hate crocodiles. It's really hard to make them move believably. It's the same reason you don't see many snakes in game, or if you see snakes in game, they're very vertical and upright. Because it's really hard to make a snake or a crocodile, something long and flat, turn in a realistic way. All right. Let's see, I'm going to go through. Rufus, the dirigibles actually fly now? Well, this is Blood Bay, so yeah, so there's been one here flying for a while, but you cannot. Oh, I see someone say thank you for the pet teleport fix. You are most welcome. Sorry that did not make it in. That was yet another works on my computer. Works for me, but did not work for actual players doing it most of the time. For those who don't know, it was a design choice more than anything, but there's a lot of those design choices we're kind of looking back on and saying, is there really a reason for this, or was it like some, based on some bad premise of how players want to play? But there was a thing where you could not teleport your pet to you, and it was difficult to stop it in combat because of that. You send your pet off to fight something and you try to make it stop, and it was nearly impossible to do it. So that's been fixed. You can now just do a quick, when I was doing it for testing, just using the keypad of doing like 8-9 on the keypad will stop it attacking and summon it to you. So much more convenience. Let's see. I see somebody has a question about the box and the related email. But yes, still send to support. And yes, we do have somebody who's full-time. What is our cutoff date for last? I thought we had already said the cutoff date had come and gone, but it seems like there's a couple people here who are maybe stopping back in.
The Ultra redo secondary cutoff date, the final one, is June 30th. We want to get all the requests in by June 30th, and all the shipments will be done by July 30th.
Awesome. Yeah, and I know shipments are going out right now for some of the ones, because I've been seeing our mail account, our physical mail account, charges the company card whenever we do a bunch of shipping stuff. So I've been seeing that being charged. So either boxes are going out or I need to investigate. Boxes are going out, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, they are. I got tracking numbers. Felicia's sending that over to me, and getting those out. Getting the information out to the players.
Let's see. Do we have updates for when the Novia slide Jira 68138 will be fixed? Huge turnoff for new and old players. Now I'm going to have to go look and see what that one is. Do you know what that is off the top of your head?
Yep. If you're running on the overworld on Novia, every so often you'll kind of pause and then slide.
Only on Novia.
Yeah. It's on. I don't know if it's on the other overworld maps as well, but Novia is definitely a great example if you wanted to look at it.
How's the repro on it?
100%.
Really? Why have I never seen it?
I don't know. I think it was was dealt with in the past.
Yeah.
The original time, the first time it actually appeared, whenever if you were standing still, as soon as you would start, you would slide and then start running. Then it changed into this, and I think that there was some assumption that somebody had actually tried to fix it, or it was fixed and then broke again. But it may have just mutated.
And to the jeers of the players, I will, of course, now call myself out for the reason why I haven't seen it is because here's how my view of Novia. Load level, skip Novia, go straight to the other one. Happened when horses were added to the game. Well, that's good that we have one and only back helping us with some stuff. For those that don't know, he took some time off from... He had some amazingly unfortunate events happen to him towards the beginning of the year, and he's kind of been hiding out, trying to get his life back together. We had a lot of that going on the team, as this guy above me can confirm. Let's see, we got any questions there? Let's see, if you do have any plans to put new animals in to be tameable, for example... let's see. So we will be putting some tameable stuff in there. I think right now Beezus is... I'm trying to think. He's been helping out Ravalox. Not Ravalox. Elgarion with a lot of the crafting stuff, and that's eating up a bunch of his time. But he's going to be back working on some stuff, and tameables is another one that he can do pretty quickly. He has been also helping out with a new creature and trying to exchange some of the brain cells on that stuff. That's actually consumed a fair chunk of my time this release, besides my computer catching fire and burning, and having to rebuild everything on the local computer stuff. A lot of my time has actually been spent documenting on the, in case I'm not available, I'm trying to make sure everything about the game is documented, because be cool if I could do things like go on vacation and leave go away for a few days and not feel super stressed that something might happen. So I've been going through and documenting, adding backups. We have multiple new servers racked, ready to go as backups in case anything happens. That was another fun thing I did this release. Thanks to the pandemic, I did the server racking by myself, so that's always fun for anyone who's tried to do servers. I know we've got a few IT guys out there. It's basically like bend over and hold this 50-pound box and try to get it to fit precisely into these notches, and It's fun when it's 2 people. It's not much fun when it's 1 person. So let's see. Yeah, and no felines probably for a while. We do have some. My push is still felines are the next one, although the next creature type that we work on. I've been pushing it for a while, but then again, I also push for things like dinosaurs. So the rest of the team sometimes doesn't take me as seriously as maybe they should. But felines are one of the next ones, just because, again, it's one that there's a lot of good models out there. We've just been working on another new original creature and trying to get, again, it's been a while since we've added things, and some of that knowledge for how to quickly add stuff has been lost along the way. So we've been relearning a lot of that stuff and trying to make sure we document it and multiple people understand how everything works, so we can get all that stuff in much quicker. I never knew there's a water pool down here. I guess that's so you can jump. You can fall down and not die. Let's see. I know some of the things have changed. There's already some route changes going in for this next release as I sit here and run around with the roots on my attached to me. Of course, I'm in cheat mode here, but whoops. Meow. Oh, whoops, this is not the moving one. This is the stationary pirate one. I was going to say, where's the skeleton captain? There's normally a skeleton captain on there.
Hey, speaking of that sliding bug with Novia, there's also a question here about getting AFK kicked in pots. And players asking if anybody else is getting kicked like crazy right now.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not. Nothing has changed. Yeah, nothing has changed to make it worse. A lot of people stay on. I mean, I can look at the logs and tell a lot of people stay on. I have not identified what the magic thing is that makes it happen. I actually know some players are staying on extremely long periods of time, and we haven't identified the magic sauce of what makes some people get kicked and others not get kicked. There's a lot of theories going on, I know, of like, well, if I'm the first one in the pot and then someone else comes in and then I leave and come back in. But again, we haven't found the 100% repro case of here's what actually causes it to give us a good clue in the direction. So I've not spent a ton of time on it. I know it can be a problem though, because we just had to, we had somebody who decided they would, I'm not sure if it was accidental or trolling people, but they went AFK in a town and had their large pet completely blocking merchants and trainers, and it was causing a problem, and they'd been there for like 2 days. And obviously, yes, people could log out and log in single player mode, but that's really annoying anyways. But anyways, I was just using that as the proof that I know that there's some people out there that we get a lot of CS reports on that type of stuff. I don't get kicked in Mysteria yet, and see, that's it. Some people say it's a pot. Well, I can guarantee I've logged in and out of pots for, stayed logged in for days at a time. All right, let's see. And that's also one and only having him back helping with a few things. Again, he's going to start on bugs as the top priority, and then horses, mounts, jumping as the next probably priority. Then after that, we can look at some of the stuff of him adding, so we can do other things. We can do, a bear mount or other similar type stuff. That when you start getting away from doing just horses, it starts getting to be work for other people besides him. But that is actually a pretty well documented system for how we add mounts, at least. So once we have just a few more bits of technology and a few more bugs fixed, again, we try to prioritize the bugs over new features after learning that hard lesson far too many times. I gotta say, I'm really missing my question bot. I see Puddlefoot. Any progress on targeted buff heals? Is this your question on accidentally, basically how I always hear it referred to as the bear steals the heal? If that is it, I don't think there's been a change. I put a change in a while back to try to log for those things, and I was not seeing the cases I was expecting to see for how to log or for it to happen. I've tried to repro that, and that's one that maybe I just need to get together in somebody's party at some point and have you guys show me the bug so I can actually debug it in real time. Because it is definitely not one that's easy for me to reproduce, even with multiple accounts on it. Let's see. And thank you for the follow. And I will thank, I saw that there was a ton of people who gave bits there during the hype train. I will be thanking all of you at the end. I try to move things at the end because I get distracted too easily already as it is. Let's see. You need to own or have rights to the lot, pot, dungeon, basement. That's the secret sauce. Ehondis, that's... So I've done it, I've been on my lot before, because I've had people report that it's you have to be on your own lot to do it. And I didn't get kicked from that. Now, I haven't been kicked in my own pot. And I'm trying to remember if I've tried in a dungeon or in my own dungeon before. Okay, I can try and get that on my list. It sounds like some people are concerned about that. I'll try and get that on my list of trying to repro that one again. But again, I've left my guy logged in to different places for days at a time trying to identify special sauce, and it's not much fun. Let's see, Ehondis. That's secret. That's how I reproed it. Yeah, and see, I've tried that special sauce before, and I have not had any repro cases. But again, I can go try it again. I'll try it in my own dungeon since I know I'm the full owner of that scene. But I'll try it in my dungeon. Again, it's not an easy one to reproduce as well because the repro case is do a thing and then wait for 30 minutes or so and hopefully you'll be booted. Booted AFK. All right, let's see. Basement doesn't drop me. Okay, well, if basement doesn't drop you, then most likely my dungeon won't drop me. I am the governor of a town. I guess I can go try it in my own town and see if it happens to me in my own town. I will give that a try. Ehondis, I have tried it in the non-GM client. There's not that much different in terms of main loop functionality that I think might cause it. But that was, at some point you just throw up your hands after wasting hours and hours trying to get yourself booted and try the player client too. Let's see. M Boogers. After 8 years, you just find out you got boxes. So what I can tell you on the boxes is we're at the point of the boxes. We made the full number of boxes we were supposed to ship out in the early days, plus I forget how many, a couple hundred extra. And then we have all the parts for those things. So we've gotten to the point that we have shipped all the boxes that were the actual boxes that we were supposed to ship. So we're over that. So the boxes we're shipping now and have been for a little while now for some types, for some pledge levels, are actually boxes where we have to take a box and then we add in the extra stuff because we have extra like trinkets and like certificates and all those things. We have to add those in. And I think for the ones I just took down, my guess is we're going to have about 10 boxes that will be shipped out for this next round that are going to be boxes that have been opened because they've been signed. So hopefully, I don't think anybody's going to get too furious about that. And when I say signed, I mean signed by Richard and or Star. But that's where we're at with the boxes now, is we've shipped out all of them plus way more. So, but yeah, hopefully you can still get yours in, boogers.
Yeah, it's definitely a best effort situation at this point. That's why we're putting an end date on the effort, because
Yep.
there's nothing more we can do at that point. There's nothing left to send. Oh, hey, by the way, just to say that our analog bot is putting questions into the internal chat channel.
Good. Good old analog bot.
Yes. Laney to the rescue.
All right. Also, since it's come up as a question before in past streams, and I've also had people ask me directly and through social media and stuff, once we get this, again, we set a deadline. Well, one, because we're running out of boxes, and again, we've tried to deliver boxes for years, and they're paying for all this stuff out of our own pockets. But once we have this deadline, we reach that deadline, then we can also, I'm going to go and take all the stuff we have left. I'm going to inventory it. I'm making basically a care package for Richard. He always wants a bunch of extra boxes of his games. So I'm going to make a care package for Richard of, I don't even know how many, probably a dozen boxes and a bunch of different things, and, extra maps for him and stuff he can give out and just add to his collection. But then after that, I'll see what's left over, and then we'll probably, anybody on the team will probably keep a few extras, but then we'll probably have a handful of boxes to sell. And when I say handful, it may be a handful. It may be like a dozen boxes or 2 dozen boxes. We're actually getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Let's see. I see a question come up here from our Laney bot. Laney bot says, can we have totems for spiders, wolves, and bears? And yes, that is one that we hope, again, for those who haven't been paying attention, who have been away from the game for a while. I'm looking at you, Rufus. We have tried to focus more on bugs. We kind of put a hold on adding a ton of new features, and we've tried to focus more on bugs over the last, basically since the start of the year. And we'd said we were going to do that for 6 months. We will probably pick up some new features and some new skills coming up soon. But right now there's still plenty of bugs to fix. There's some new bard improvements that I'd like to get in. The instrument thing is one of the ones that's going to go in. The feature I'm working on for this release, which there's a lot of edge cases to it and a lot of exploit type stuff going on there. And new subscriber Z, are you really a new subscriber? I'm just surprised that you're just a new subscriber. I know you've been around forever and given us tons. Oh, resub 27. There we go. I was going to say. But I'm working on the terraforming stuff, and that's one that, again, I'm trying to get ahead of the Alphanes of the world to call out some of the, I wouldn't call it an exploit, those people who push the limits of what the system can do in ways that were not intended. Let's go with that. But I'm trying to make sure that it's fairly bulletproof on that, and some of that involves caching terrains, because you could already do stuff where you can imagine if you have something that moves terrain up or down, and you can figure out a way to get it up a little bit, and then you can have them stacking. So anyway, so that's one part that I'm working on, and I'm also working on trying to improve performance right now, which is basically moving everything to run it in the background. There's still some noticeable choppiness to it, but anyways, that should be coming. But in terms of what stuff is going to be coming online, we will be getting back to adding some new dungeon stuff. And again, as I remember when he was young and green, rather than the old soiled soul that he is now, this guy above me was all excited about dungeons, going to have tons of time to work on dungeons. And then he discovered there's a million things that you really, really, really want to touch. So.
Right. Yeah, and I actually answered a question in chat earlier that right now I'm working on the Lord of the Isle scene, which I've talked about a number of times, and I have the player cemetery that's going in as well. Once those two things are finished, which should be done this month, then I'm going to immediately put the player dungeons as the highest priority next month. which means I'm going to be bugging a lot of people to ask a lot of questions internally. But that's where I'm going to be heading next. That's going to be the big project.
Let's see.
And I'm also going to take that opportunity to mention that I've been streaming a little bit over the last week. Get my setup back up and running, and Justin actually was kind enough to be second chair on the stream a little bit here and there. So I'm going to be doing streams, of course, on the official Shroud of the Avatar channel, but I also have my Ravalox Darkshire channel on Twitch as well, and I'm streaming general stuff at this point, but I'm going to be, as I'm working on these things like dungeon rooms and stuff like that, I'll be streaming it while I'm doing that as well.
I see one here from Ehondis that is definitely one we talk about a lot on the team, since we have a new programmer on the team who was a Unity guy before he joined the team, so he's got lots of opinions on stuff and is very excitable. I'm, of course, talking about Devil Cult, but Ehondis asks, any news on moving to newer Unity versions? So right now the plan is we will be skipping 2019. We will probably move to a newer Unity version. We're still waiting to see when we feel like there's enough player-facing improvements. Oh, I just sat down. Player-facing improvements that justifies moving to 2020. We are skipping 2019 because, at least for our project and a number of other projects out there, Unity 2019 we're on Unity 2018 now, for those who don't know. 2018.4.34 or something like that, 35. But Unity 2019 has significantly worse performance for our game. Again, it seems to depend on the game type, but many games, including ours, have much worse performance. I actually did a 2019 build that a long time ago I actually handed out to players. I set up a Dropbox link for anybody who wanted to try it so they could try it out for themselves. But it was a pretty sizable performance hit moving to 2019. Now 2020, according to the group of people who actually go and profile these things and performance test them and stress them, 2020 is actually pretty close to 2018. So right now we will probably be waiting for 2020 to have some improvements that we want, that are player facing. There's a lot of improvements in Unity 2020, but most of them are developer facing.
Right.
So we can't justify losing 5 frames per second or 10 frames a second to help developers, unless it can actually help us be better developers to improve the game, so much that it helps improve the game. There's some stuff in there in terms of profiling, some other things that are, we'd really like to have. I would really like to have. But right now it's just not, we can't justify moving. Now 2020 again does feel like it is going to be within a few frames per second of 2018. But we have not confirmed that. I've started moving to it a few times. I've not finished. It was one of the many things that I said, I'm going to wait until I get my new computer set up. And I've been stalling on setting up my new computer, which the Fates helped accelerate that process a little bit by making my old computer die suddenly, and I had to set up the new computer. So the new computer is set up, and I'm without that excuse anymore. So maybe I'll go back and give that a try again soon, try to get 2020 set up. Let's see. Ben Cannoli, are your friends at Crowfall releasing on Unity 2020? I honestly don't know what they've moved to. I have kept up with them some, but I actually haven't kept up with the tech guys. The tech guys that I knew over there pretty well have actually moved on to other projects a while back. They're actually trying to remember which one. They're on one of them's on a VR music program, and then the others moved on. So I've not kept up with them that closely, and then they've also just been super swamped on things. So I don't know what version of Unity they're on. They have, just to be completely honest, they have a lot of external funding, which means that they have been able to keep a very large team working nonstop on it, with their focus of it being a much smaller game, but of course it's got to be able to handle multiplayer very well because it is all PvP focused. So smaller game, larger team, and very focused. I would not be shocked if they moved to it, but I know they also had source code license and stuff, or at one point. But I don't know if they're on 2020. I'll try and get a hold of those guys to talk. We're actually supposed to be talking with them. In case you guys didn't know, Crowfall did. They did a Kickstarter shortly after we did our Kickstarter, but they're finally launching next month. I forget what date it is. July 6th, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I'll try and get some more information for them, because we told them we're going to try to do some cross-promotion type stuff with them too. They're releasing in July, says Ben Cannoli. And yeah, for those who don't know, I used to, of course, pandemic has changed all this stuff. But I was having lunch with the head guys over there, Gordon and Todd, and a few other people over there, their tech director as well, fairly often, every few months at least, just to catch up and keep up on things. But thanks to the pandemic, that has not been happening over the last year and a half. So let's see. Ooh, here's a good one. Will frogkin rings affect horse jumping? That is a great question. Maybe. We'll see. Right now, there's horse movements different from player speed movement. We've got different channels that those can go on. So I'm going to say probably not. But maybe that'll be something. Again, there's usually really what people want. 95% of the time, what they want horse jumping for is one of two things, and it is either because it's fun to jump. Whee! It's just fun to jump. I mean, a lot of people, you'll see them running and you see them jumping constantly, even though there's absolutely no reason. But then the other is they run up and there's like a step that's just a little too big, or a rock that's just a little too big, and they're on the horse, and so they're flying along at 40 miles an hour and they hit the small ledge and stop cold. So maybe I can go in and get that improved for this release, for what things your horse can get up until one and only has the horse jumping fully working. Because a horse should be able to get up a bigger ledge, and that's something I can change fairly easily. Let's see. I'm trying to go through the Laney bot questions here. Auto fade for the top left stats coming, like we have for other screen information. Ooh, that's one for Devil Colt. He's in chat there. I'm sure he read that, but I just read it out loud just to put a little more pressure on him. I'm trying to let him work on what he thinks is best. He's been pretty good about that, because again, while I know what things I would like to see worked on, there's really how much time for how much reward is, what's the payoff there. And some of these things that seem really easy in our UI end up being really, really hard. That may be one. I know that panel has turned out to be a lot more work than anyone expected.
Okay.
So we'll see, but he's at least heard that feedback. That may be all he needs to know to work on it. Let's see. Have you considered adding higher tier overland encounters like T5, T7 overland encounters in Mistrender, so XP is good for higher level players to go roaming across encounter scenes? We haven't looked at that. I know the next one that's going on right now, the snow scene. I'm trying to remember. Jotengard? Is that right? Ravalox?
Yep, that's correct.
Of course, you got to remember, I see this stuff in chat all day, and it's not spelled like Y-O-T, it's J-O-T, I think.
Yep.
But
Jay's pronounces it Y. So
Jotengard has been handed off. There's some more polish being done on it, but most of the stuff being done to it now is more adding in creatures and fixing some bugs that came up because it's a big scene. Trying to improve some of the VFX and trying to finish up a few of the boss fight things in it. But I know the next thing Travis is working on. I'm trying to remember, did Travis say he was going to work on a few little dungeons, but then he's going to work on, there's one of the story scenes, one of the story towns. He's probably out there and will probably chime in if I'm wrong. That's what I got out of the last time I talked to him, though. That was the plan. Oh, and Serpentine. Yeah, we need to have llamas as a pack animal. And that's one that would fit totally to a horse. Radicus, yes, there are giants. Giants are coming. That's the thing that we've been working on that's sucked up a bunch of time, is actually having some giants with a good set of skills that are unique and behaviors that are somewhat unique, and then also just fight scenes for them that are unique. So, have we not said that before? I don't think that was. I think we've talked about that before. Maybe we haven't just explicitly said what it is, but I know some players have actually seen it. I don't know if anybody's posted screenshots or not. Jotun is Norse for giants. I did know that. Let's see. All right. Yep. Spill the beans. I thought we talked about that before, at least on some streams. But yeah, that's part of what's going on also in terms of some things running along, is a lot of time being sunk into stuff that we expected to work that's not working, and fighting on some of that stuff. Again, some of it is just because we're doing a creature that's different from any other creature we have currently, but some of it was just a little bit of lost technology that we're trying to figure out.
Hey, it's about time to run the prize generator.
Oh, yeah. And I see E. Honda say, watch Ragnarok on Netflix. I watched the first season. I saw they had a second season out, but I know this will shock you. But I don't have enough. It's good? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have enough time to do all the things, all the shows I want to see. I'm always jealous of the people who talk about binge watching shows. I'm currently working through Sweet Tooth. I started that when it came out. The day it came out, I watched episode 1, and I am on episode 3 now.
I think I've just completed episode 3.
On Sweet Tooth?
On Sweet Tooth, yeah.
All right, we're in sync.
There you go. I completed Ragnarok 2nd season, and I don't think it's a spoiler to say that there's somebody who's playing Loki in it, and that particular actor did a really good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean obviously it's English translated everything in it, but yeah, the actors in it are really good. I was very impressed with it for what it felt like. It was a low budget, but it felt like a really good low budget show. So I was glad to hear they picked that up. I like seeing that stuff rewarded.
Yeah.
Let's see. Checking up. I need to get the bot running. That's why I was coming over here. 1 second, guys. I got to run a bot to pull some prizes for you guys. Hold on. All right, we'll see if this works. Oh yeah, and I need to run this like 6 times. Sorry, Laney. Let's see. Let me pull some questions from Laney Bot up here. What is being done with instruments? Chakotay 2968 asks. So that's kind of been put on hold. That's one of those systems I started touching. I'm actually going to let One and Only finish up since he's coming back to give us some time. But he's going to be working on some of the character state stuff that I wanted to do. It actually was in for half a release, and I pulled it out because my implementation had too many issues. So, but anyways, excited to have him back working on a few things. So we'll see how much time he can give us. Hold on, got to click a button again. and I clicked the button and it finished, but we never got any feedback from this. I wonder if we're having that bug again. I may have to hand copy and paste these the winners out. Let's see. Oh, nope, there it is. Would it be possible to make it so we can set the front of a lot? So instead of a town-sized lot being 30 by 40, we can have it 40 by 30. So some homes can face the way we want them to. That's actually one of those things we've looked into, and I think it's a neat idea, just like the free placement of the house, but it's also one of those things that, while it sounds easy, and I think it even sounded easy to, I think that came up like when Star Star and I did the streams. We both looked at each other and said, maybe it can be done, we'll go look at it. And then as soon as I started digging into it, it's like, oh my goodness, there's so many little tendrils that sneak out into the thing. Including one of the big ones being just how we generate our like navigation data for houses. Because you got to think about, like, we got to have, like, be able to navigate on, like, AIs navigate on stuff and, pets. And then you got a house that poof appears. That's kind of been one of our big challenges always with the game in terms of technology. It's just everything has to be so dynamic in terms of what can happen. Even like, the scene that I'm in here, where it's a giant adventure scene that's 2 kilometers across, but then it also has player housing in it as well, and lots of stuff going on. So there's a lot of systems that aren't obvious that complicate making free placement of houses or turning lots problematic. Let's see. And yeah, and we already have plenty of challenges with the AI and nav mesh stuff, just because you can place decos down and move stuff around. And don't even get me started on the dungeons with their fully generated on the fly nav mesh stuff. I go do a few more prize pulls. I think we're getting close here.
Let's see. I might have something else. Well,
2. Hopefully, it's going to turn into 3.
Oh, there was one thing. I don't know if I mentioned on this stream that the deco palette, that we were making some changes to the deco palette.
Mm-hmm.
Just UI related, not the functionality. Where the lot owners and co-owners, along with governors and stewards, will see an extra column for the XYZ coordinates for where the items are on the lot or in the pot. And there's a purpose behind this. I mean, by itself, it's that's nice to have, but not really that useful. The underlying reason is because I'm going to introduce into the game invisible chests. And these are going to be assets that you'll be able to place in the pot. They'll be public cash chests, but they'll be completely invisible. So this way you can have a complete actual treasure hunt without having the chest sitting out in the middle of the world and have people just run across it. It is, makes it a little harder to find unless you they're following the clues and stuff like that. Of course, the seed for this, where this came from, is because of the Lord of the Isle basement scene that I'm working on. I wanted to put some random chests in the scene so that way players can use them for that exact purpose. Being an island scene, it's pirates and stuff like that. It just makes sense. But I was running into problems with the tech and making it so I could pre-populate some stuff for the players. So I figured, well, the next best thing would be to have something where they could actually just hide these chests by placing something that's invisible, and then it'll work better that way. So the bottom line there is that if you go and put an invisible chest out in your world and you go into the deco palette to find it later, because let's say you did it months ago and forget, without the XYZ coordinates, you'll never know where they are. So the intention, this is phase 1. The intention is when phase 2 goes into place, the XYZ coordinates will be replaced with just a column that has a button on it that you'll be able to click for that item, and then it'll put a location marker on your compass, so that way you could go find it that way. maybe we could even make it where you could have an option to see the XYZ, or maybe make the XYZ a tooltip or something. But I don't think the XYZ is as useful as just a button and doing the compass to search it. Not everybody knows how to use loop track and stuff like that.
Let's see, I think I need to do one more prize and then we can read off some prizes here since we're already over time. I will read off another one here. I saw Devil Cult needed clarification on what the change I mentioned in chat was. Apparently he's messing around or watching YouTube or something instead of being deadly focused on the chat. They were just wondering if there's a way to make the nameplates, the player nameplates, fade out some. Just like other things and other UI elements, you can set them so they'll fade, when they're not in use, just so they're not so much in your face. And yeah, that'd be nice if, like, when you weren't in combat mode or something, nobody in the party's hurt, that it'd fade out, something like that. Now that I called you out for that, and I know you're listening because you're going to pay attention now. Let's see. Someone was asking about, where was it? Quest book. They're asking something about, I lost the question. There it is. Quest log. So quest, any way to change the quest log so quest can be sorted and what is being worked on be visible instead of the last quest grabbed being visible. And I know you've got a lot of plans for the quest book. So that's one that has been, I know recipe book's already been improved some. Interface or the inventory's been improved some. So quest will probably get there. That may be one that Devil Cult is avoiding eye contact with because it is less attractive than some of the other code out there. But we'll see if he can get to that one soon. And there's lots of improvements for that I know he wants to hit. Let's see. I think we have our 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still missing one. Still need one more. Hold on. Doing one more prize round, and then we can call out some prize rounds. Yeah, you guys should feel free to tweet at me. I know Devil Cult watches my tweet stream. So here, I'll go ahead and post one right now. Tell me some improvements you would like to see for the quest log. There we go. That tweet has just increased Devil Cult's blood pressure by like 20 points or something. Why am I not getting the last prize? Hold on, we're waiting for the last prize and then we'll read off those things. Oh, I gotta pick 2 songs. 2 songs, not 1 but 2, and I gotta thank a lot of people. Let me go ahead and thank a bunch of people now while we're waiting for the last round of quest stuff to come out there. Thank you, Waldo. Thank you, Z. Thank you, Gina Mehekel for the follow, and Sagas I don't know. Thank you, Scribe, for the sub. Orbitron, thank you for the sub. Rufus, thank you very much, buddy. Nice to see your name around here some more. Ben Cannoli, thank you for the resub. And for those who missed it, we did a level 4 hype train. Why are we not getting our last round of prizes out there? Dr. Hernbrown, Dysis, Thoric, or Thori Kamara, one or the other. We'll see what it is this week. Ehondis, Trokip, Spellfire, Radicus, Thori Kamara some more, Mandalar, 1,000 times. Trokip, we have Bane Rampage, who gave me 1337 bits, along with John Marcus, who is amazing. Thank you, Libu520. Thank you, Suzer, Dysis as well. Submarine Mike, thank you, buddy. Trokip, thank you 10 times as well. Skeggy Media, Versago, Red Hammers, John Marcus. Oh, and also all you guys out there should also be thanking these same guys because they got you a couple extra rounds of prizes if I can ever get the last round of prizes to work. Come on, prizes, cooperate. Let's see. Mandalar, some more Hollyhock, John Marcus Moore, Treasure Pile, still a cool name. Puddlefoot, Darton Obscuro of the Obscuro. Sean Butts for 1,000 bits. Thank you very much, buddy. Versago, thank you. Sean Butts for another 1,000 bits. Man, trying to drag you guys across the hype train lines there. Let's see. Submarine Mike, the Justice TV show. That's a name I haven't seen before. And Skeggy Media, thank you for the raid. Blaze Garsink, thank you. Sir Gato, thank you for the follow. Corsevius and Rich 5490, thank you guys. Thank you, all you guys. You guys probably paid for some of that shipping we got to do on all those boxes that are now coming in because people said, "What? You're still got boxes to ship?" Get me on that list. So.
Yep. So, Crossfire Bugs, I actually asked about the West End map. When it went in, I had to do some extra Photoshop editing, and when I updated the map, put it back in, I forgot to rotate it. So that was off by a little bit, and that should be fixed on QA. If it's not, I'll have to take a peek at it later this evening just to make sure that it went in. I know I fixed it based on the report, and it should have been okay, but I don't think it's going to be on live yet, though. So we'll take a look. Make sure.
Let's see. Okay, if this one doesn't work, I'm going to give... there we go. We got it. That means that I can... That one's going to be an extra. I may have done a 7th one. We're just going to read off the first 6. So what do you want? I want to do the names today. I'm feeling good.
Really?
I've been butchering names all through chat here, so let me do the names. I think you got to do the names the last time.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's a privilege to do the names. That's right. Okay, so we have some prizes. And the ornate backpack goes to...
And I'm going to be reading off 6 names. If you're one of these names, you won whatever he just read off. I like this with you being above me. That's easy to remember, just to point up. And also, we may have people who won more than one time. That's okay. Congratulate them. Maybe even suck up to them in game a little bit, and maybe they'll give you one of the extra ones. Locane Damadred, Z, Blaze Garsink, Bjorn Dionysus, nailed it, Phoenix, and Grunhe. Next.
Next, we have a floppy beach hat, and that goes to...
Lateralis Stinkfist, hate saying that name, Drhythm Midnight, Sage Redhammer, Deontara Teru, Anna Harris, and Redhammer. Totally unrelated and not the same person as Sage Redhammer, right? Okay, next.
And next, we have an ornate metal dragon pipe.
That goes to Denny Crane, Aristodemus, Dinier von Satan, Vulcan Jedi, Sage Wise, Submarine Mike. See, I told you, good karma there, guys. Submarine Mike gave some bits there. He's up there. Next up.
And the next one is a Durham gray leather Chesterfield sofa and chair set.
Which goes to Belen Sarah, Makia Goodblood, Sage Rain, Vivian Locke, Thomas Seeker of the Truth, and Puddlefoot.
And our final prize for the day is an ornate grand piano.
Which goes to Bridge Troll, Mandalar, Ephris, Dr. Hernbrand, Sage Redhammer, again, man, winning all over the place. And last but not least, Eileen Dragonfire. I think she might be having a dance thing tonight. I don't remember. She's probably spamming up chat there. Maybe?
Yeah, more than likely.
Are you spamming up chat there? We'll see.
Congratulations to all our prize winners.
And I own 2 songs. Do you want to do a song?
Oh, I'm not prepared for a song. I don't have anything up here.
You don't have?
I think about that.
Uh-huh. Yeah? None?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll do.
I could do something, I think.
Yeah? Okay, great. That'll make me look good or bad. All right, if you want to, I'll go first and sing something here for a little bit, and you can sing us out.
Yeah, go ahead.
That may be the shorter one. So I guess while I try to figure out what I'm singing and sing, apologies to everybody out there, why don't you pick somebody for us to raid?
Okay, all right.
Let's see. I see a Baby Shark request. Chris, please sing. See, I haven't done a Billy Joel lately. Trying to think. Let's see. Or maybe some Jim Croce. There's not that many Jim Croce songs, unfortunately. Ooh, Dancing Queen. I've tried Dancing Queen. I could do some Queen. I'm going to do some Jim Croce lyrics. I haven't done Jim Croce in months. I find that. And again, that's one of those that I knew as a kid, where I listened to it as a kid. Stuck my sad story of being my dad was in the military. That's not the sad story part. That a lot of good stuff came out of that. But we lived on an Air Force base in the very northern tip that had like one radio station. So it was whatever we had on 8-track or cassette tape. And Jim Croce Photographs and Memories is one of those. So let's see. Let's see. Is Roller Derby Queen?
Well, if you're still
do
looking
that.
for a song, I'm ready.
Yeah, well, I'm going first. You'll get to sing us out there. I'll only do like the first 4 verses here, but this is Jim Croce. I think I've done this one before. I'm trying to remember which ones I've done. And here we go. Put the mic up close here because I'm serious. And we will be rating somebody in just a minute. I know you have no reason to stay other than the prizes, but those have already been given out. But anyways. Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better just be aware of a man named Leroy Brown. Now Leroy's more than trouble. You see, he stands about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lovers. All the men just call him sir. And it's bad, bad, Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. A badder than old King Kong, and meaner than a junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he's a gambler, and he likes his fancy clothes, and he likes to wave his diamond rings on everybody's nose. One more verse, then I'll turn it over to you. He's got a custom Continental. He's got an Eldorado too. He's got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun. He's got a razor in his shoe. All right, there we go. There we go. That's my butchering. Oh, M-Burgers. I'm not that bad. Okay, that one might not have been that bad. Just you tune into the stream more often. That's a reason to come back. I will destroy some songs there. So speaking of destroying songs here, who are we rating?
Silver Tree Consortium.
Ah, good choice there. Silver Tree. Trying to remember what the. Let's see if I can get it. Failed. All right, I'll go find that. You ready there? I got the mic lined up for you. You want to do a sound test there to make sure your volume's good?
Is my volume good?
Looks good.
Okay. All right. Does anybody here remember Vera Lynn? Remember how she said that we would meet again some sunny day? Vera, Vera, what has become of you? Does anybody else in here feel the way I do. That's it. Nice short one.
What was that song?
That's Pink Floyd. It's Off the Wall.
Oh, okay. Well, you went too quick there. I see Rufus is saying I need to sing some Freddie Mercury next time. I will do it, Rufus. Next time, for you. Guys, we only got a few seconds left here. Thank you for joining in. Thanks for your patience on things. We're getting bug fixes out there, improvements out there as quick as we can. We got a release in a little over 2 weeks from now, because this is a short release. And looking forward to seeing you then. See ya. And